O'Connor.
Ryan O'Connor. He's like Barbara Walters, but happy
And gay.
Let's see who he's talking to today. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the first Post Your Own show, the Ryan O'Connor Show. It's been a while. Wait, this weekend was a bit of a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
Right? Thank you. Here's what I want to know. Did Osama just hate Kate Middleton's dress so much that he said, just take me? I knew it wouldn't go. Ladies and gentlemen, I knew it. That's why I didn't commit fully. Yeah, they're not all winners. Think Jimmy Kimmel just shits gold? No. Okay, you may know her from the Broadway. She was in a little show that became a bigger show, that became a much bigger show, that became a phenomenon called Title of Show.
Yeah.
You also may know her from the Title of Show on the interwebs. Or you may know her from her own show, Side by Side. Bye, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Susan Blackwell. Hi, Miss Blackwell.
Talk show hugs.
Talk show hugs. Please sit in my talk show set. My talk show chairs.
Beautiful.
Look at your fancy haircut. This is the first time I've seen it in person.
Gone full les, ladies and gentlemen.
Your haircut got so much attention on the internet.
I know.
It
People
did.
are crazy.
I mean, it was a message. It stayed on the front page of the message boards for easily a day. Easily a day.
Easily minutes.
I will say that I had the privilege of attending the closing night of Title of Show on Broadway. And that was one of the most magical nights I've ever had in the theater.
That was bad shit.
That was what we would call nutso.
That was crazy.
That was really crazy.
Yeah.
And I met a kid at that show who had a tattoo of Title of Show on his hip.
Ill-advised.
I mean, look, I love your show, but I mean, was that, like, what's the most surreal thing that some of your hardcore Toss fans have done? That's what they're called, Toss.
Well, the fabulous thing is that there's an enormous amount of creativity that came back. You know, people did things and made things, which is so, I mean, what a great thing. What a great reflection of anything. The first thing that pops into my mind, tattoos always, but this isn't, it's Title of Show-esque, but I was doing a master class at I know. I don't know if you know this, Ryan, but I'm extremely fancy lady. I was teaching a master class, and a kid asked this question about, well, now that you're a college musical theater student, he said, now that you've been on Broadway, like, what's left? Like, do you have any other dreams? Or, and I was like, we need to knock that shit off right now. Anyway, so I said to this kid, I was like, no, you need to set goals that like setting a goal like getting to Broadway is not a great goal. In a way, it is, but I was like, set a goal like, it was never my goal to get to Broadway. My goal was to make work that I love with people that I love, and to make a lot of money doing that. Right? Because that's a goal that you can always keep reaching for. And I was like, set a goal like, I want to go east, because you can always keep going east. Like, you can never stop going east. It's a specific goal.
Until that house fell on the witch. She was going east.
So this kid sent me this picture on Facebook that he got a tattoo of a compass pointing east. And he's like, because of that thing you said. And I was like, ill-advised.
Wait, before Title Show happened though, you were working a corporate gig.
I worked today.
You did? Oh, you're still there?
Never stopped.
That's amazing.
Well, I'm a lady executive. What do you want?
That's there. That's where they're.
That's right. That's where this
You must have gotten a really lesbianic promotion. After title of the show, you started doing this show on Broadway.com called Side by Side by Susan Blackwell.
That's the truth.
Which is the funniest source for Broadway insight on the interwebs.
Here's the secret to doing a really funny show on the interwebs.
Please tell me.
Interview anybody for like 2 hours, and then just put like 8 to 10 minutes of it on, because all the bullshit just like gets raked away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody's like, "You're so funny," and I'm like, "No, I'm not."
I'm just patient.
I'm just patient. I'm just patient.
Who's your favorite guest? Who's your favorite guest you've had?
The person that jumps to mind is actually the most recent, and it's not because of recency, which is a corporate term. It's not recency. It's it's because I could. There's a few, but anybody that like gets me going where I can't stop laughing, that delights me. But Norbert Butts,
I love him.
Got me like we just got
that episode
tumbling.
is really funny. It just went up like
just
last
recently.
week. Yeah. Funny little fact. While I was shooting your own show, Oprah Search for the Next TV Star, they put us up at the Sheraton Universal.
Sure.
We were allowed no contact with the outside world.
Yes, we're talking about that. Seems doing what you did seems like my worst nightmare. It's awful.
Really great.
It's great because it seems like just
look. When it was great, it was better than
high highs,
ever experienced in my career.
But
the lows
exhausted?
were abysmal. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Exhausted.
You were saying something about
I was saying
you
that
and
we
me
were at
and
the
Milton Frets and the three-way we had.
What is it? The famous whisper of a finger?
We'll talk about that in a second.
While we were shooting the show, they put us up at the Sheraton Universal, and I guess beautiful. Norbert was out there shooting something in Los Angeles.
Pilot, yeah.
So he was in the same hotel. I was allowed no contact with the outside world. The only person from the outside world who I saw, who I recognized, was Norbert Leo Butts. And I would become the biggest Fiero fanatic in the elevator because I was so, like, all of my energies were so misplaced. Like, I would, every time I see him, be like, "Hey Norbert, hey, it's really great to see you. I'm really a big fan of your work." And he
just
was like,
a lot of energy.
"Why? Like, is there a Wiki convention in the hotel?" I'm sure he was miserable.
Did you introduce yourself? You were like a person.
I did, but I couldn't tell him what I was doing because we weren't allowed to say that.
Sure.
And like, I didn't have any way of like saying I'm not crazy because that, you know, that's
it's a sure sign you're crazy.
Yeah. So I just eventually stopped talking to him, and then I think he just thought I was weary. Yeah. But had I known he liked a whisper of a finger up his butt, which he told you on his show.
I was surprised to be fair. We've seen the interview, but the last, we always like to I love throwing in like a blooper or like a, I love it. I just love it. And so at the end of this episode, all through the episode, we're in the Strand Bookstore and we're reading this book that we found totally by accident called Surgeries of the Anus, Rectum, and Colon. Pick it up. Great book. Fully illustrated, photographs. It's not in color, so that's his point. But so all through the interview, we're referencing this book, and we started playing this game called Trading Pictures. It's a game I made up. Trading Pictures. And so I'd open the book and I'd find just a juicy, awful, like polypy, gross picture, and I'd show it to him, and he'd go, "Oh!" And then he'd find hilarious. It was actually really fun.
It was, I know,
super fun. And I opened the book and I found this picture of like a butthole with like a scalpel in it and like 3 needles injecting around the butthole, which I think is the technical term, butthole. And so I was like, trading pictures, and I showed Norbert. Can you believe I hold a corporate job? And I showed Norbert this picture of this, and he goes, "I don't want any of that. I just want like the faintest whisper of a finger up there. You're not going to put this in you're all cut, right?" And I said, "We're including all of it." And that's the last clip of the show, is me going, "We're including all of it."
And here was my question when I watched it. Have you heard from him since you included it?
Well, here's what people don't know. People just think I'm a...
Because he looked to me like he was legitimately
serious.
Like,
serious.
This is not going up, right?
People think that from that, there was a thing afterwards, my producer called and he was like, "People think you're 2 quarts of douche water for putting that clip on there." And I was like, my turn. He said something more commercial. And I was like, what people don't know, and actually I feel like I have to clarify clarify this for future guests. So after we got done at the Strand, we walked around these Village Little, and then I dropped him off at the subway, and then I went on to my office. That's right. And I said, Norbert, is there anything we discussed, seriously, is there anything we've discussed, all joking aside, that you would like me to not include? And he said, use it all. And so we did. So we did. Yeah. Isn't that, surgeries at the anus rectum and colon.
For anal bravery.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
That's amazing.
Get it. I bought my copy that day.
Speaking of things.
What were you saying? Great.
Speaking of things, speaking of things that I think are brave. Ready for it?
Okay. Nervous?
You guys had this amazing phenomenon, which was title of show. Now you're reuniting.
It's true.
And you're doing, you and Hunter Bell have co-written a new show.
With Jeff Bell.
With Jeff. That was, I meant to clarify that before the show, because
yeah.
some of the publications are.
Earlier he was like, I'm tired. He was like,
I'm
so tired.
Just had you and Hunter
That's
on,
right. And then somewhere along the way, we were like, we respect it, we don't like it, but we respect it. And somewhere along the way, he was like, I think I'm re-energized, I'm ready to go.
That's
so
awesome.
it's the three of us right now.
That is awesome.
It's great.
Yeah. And it was originally entitled, it's going to premiere at the Vineyard.
Yes.
Yes, and it was originally titled, And Now This Is Happening.
It was, but it's that title, And Now This Is Happening, you could see people come up to me and they go, I missed the show.
Oh yeah, they couldn't remember.
And fear in their eyes because they were like, is it and this now happening? Like they just would get nervous about saying it out loud, so we changed the title.
And it is now.
Now, Hear, This.
I love it.
Easy.
Simple, 3 words, just like what
Now,
got me there.
H-E-R-E, now,
right.
Hear, This.
And it's all capitals with those cool periods in between, which is really dramatic.
And we had like
funny.
extensive meetings about punctuation. We're all crazy.
Well, you have to now because the what are those called? Things around the title of the show? Around the title of the show? Brackets.
Sure. Yeah.
Those became so iconic. So now
it's just a copy editor's nightmare. Like
right.
Yeah.
So what can you divulge for us about the show? I know it's super top secret.
It's not. It's not.
It feels very top secret.
It's barely written. It's going to be super raw. It's going to be at the Vineyard in like the first few weeks in June. The reason why it hasn't been officially announced is they're working out their scheduling bullshit, but I think like in the next 24 hours it should go.
Oh wow!
And I didn't say it was going to be written in the next 24 hours. It's going to be very raw, and I think there'll be portions. It'll be very informative, and there will be portions where we'll fully like music stands and like literally hot pages off the presses, which makes me want to shit myself. Here's the mnemonics. You can remember why the title's the title. So there was this totally kick-ass Trappist monk named Thomas Merton, who died, I think, in 1968. He was quite a radical Catholic. So these are the ideas we're exploring.
Wow.
Anyway, he was saying that.
Notes.
No. He was saying that if you can live in now, like this moment right now, not 10 minutes ago, not 10 minutes in the future, here, this activity that we're doing right here, right now, this location, this activity, and now time, that is the banishment of fear. And so that's, you feeling that?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the spine of it.
That's really heavy.
Isn't it super deep?
It really is.
But it's lots of songs and dances and jokes.
But knowing who you all are, knowing that that's where it's going to start and where it will go is really exciting and inspiring.
I hope it doesn't suck.
It won't suck. Am I right, people? It won't suck.
Parts of it might suck.
Susan Blackwell, thank you for being here.
What, is it over?
This is so full circle.
This has been the greatest.
Really sweet.
Right now. I'm super sleepy.
Well, we're almost through it. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone.
It's my pleasure.
Well, now we're going to bring on a musical guest.
I'm going to get
Okay, great. Ladies and gentlemen, Susan Blackwell.